Weekly Dama News. Thanks for coming back for another round. I'm your host, MJ from Kendertainment. Here in Weekly Dama News, we take the week's worth of shit that's happened within the kendama realm and we just talk about it. We discuss it as true Dama nerds do. Hope you're ready for it. It's gonna be a good one. Gone through the Instagram and been collecting different stories that I've been thinking about more and more because that's all I do. That's all we do. We think about kendama. We always think about like, what kind of kendama you're gonna play today. Maybe you think about what kind of kendama tricks are you going to be seeing on the Instagrams, following all the amazing people that we do. You think about, are there gonna be any deals? And that's where we're gonna be kicking it off with everyone. The deals, the Black Friday deals. I had no idea. Or actually, I mean, I did. But you forget a little bit, okay? I forget about the whole season. You know, 10 plus years living outside of the US, you forget a lot about some of the holidays, some maybe the trivial holidays, you know, it really doesn't matter, you know? The only holiday we really care about is like, you know, fucking Christmas, your birthday, New Year's, and anytime you have off from school, especially when you're the youngin' coming through, growing up into adulthood. So for those who are in adulthood, you know, there's a lot of different responsibilities that we go through. Thanksgiving, before the world went to shit a few years ago, I would celebrate with friends here in Japan, other people from the States. We'd get together and do the whole try to do the turkey thing. It's not that popular and hard to find actually here in Japan. Any case, the thing that follows up after that is, of course, the Black Friday, the blackest of the Fridays. But this year, it became almost a black month because some companies were jumping the gun, but I don't think you can really jump the gun. It's a free-for-all now. It's like a food fight. It's like you're going to get an all-you-can-eat buffet type joint, but then everyone's just having a food fight the whole time, you know? It's like, okay, we were learning that not only is Black Friday a place where you can buy things at discounted prices, we see that there's people, each company, who takes it a little differently. The different stances of how to give to everyone, or how to take away, I should say, from their prices, slashing those prices, you know? Really interesting. If anyone was listening to Dama Dads, you know, Jake and Matt's podcast they talk about the insides of how their businesses work as well as the insides of how their family works a little bit here and there. But the business part is a very interesting thing. And, you know, Jake was saying specifically on the GT side how he likes to like ramp it up as it gets closer to Black Friday. And then you know what? Those deals don't end there because then it turns into Cyber Monday, which I always thought was like maybe the bigger sale that possibly happened because a lot of the kendama brands, mostly for the majority, sell online from their online stores, correct? There are a few retail shops out there, and those are definitely doing the Black Friday sales, of course, as well as the small business Saturday sales that was happening. It's just like, everyone, let's spend as much money as we can throughout this season. I guess everyone's waiting, and I guess everyone has been, you know, focusing on saving money for the holidays. But then, does anyone else feel like when the holidays finish, you feel kind of shitty? It's like you're good, but shitty. You're a polished turd because you feel good because you just spent a shitload of money, or even a little bit of money, on some things you maybe didn't need. But then you got them for a deal, so that, you know, makes you feel good. But then you're like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me. That's how I kind of feel. Deals have been going all over the place, so we all have been following. My favorite one, definitely, is the Crom Wheel of Fortune and how it changes, you know? It keeps you on your toes. You never really know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you should cop this price, what is that, the 40% off? It's like, wait, but yo, they might tomorrow jump to that 60% off. So it's a bit of a gamble, and that adds a little extra spice to it. So I'm definitely keen on watching Crom's Black Friday, Black Week, I guess they could say. But then Cyber Monday comes around. So you're still not losing, right? Deals. Okay, I put out a story really quickly because I wanted to hear what everyone else thought about what deals they wanted to catch. So let me just read some of them to all of you. Let me pull them up here. because I thought it was very interesting how everyone took it in a little different viewpoint, okay? Some people said, Grain Theory, BH2. All right, great. Finally got myself a mini medal. You know, I'm kind of eyeballing the mini medals myself, yeah? Somebody else says, nowhere. I spent €0 this year, coming from the Euro squad. Sole cushion clears, because those are a thing right now. So, I guess they're on sale. See, that's an interesting thing. Like, they put stuff on sale, but then, I guess it's not interesting, it's marketing. They put stuff on sale as well as drop some new stuff, but guess what? The new stuff, shit, no, that ain't on sale. Because that's the new stuff. But since you're buying the new stuff anyways, or vice versa, since you're already buying some discounted shit, here's your chance to pick up something that's fresh and new. Ooh, this is your wallet. This is the company's hands. Taken. I mean, they're not really taking, you know, we're giving it to them. We're all enjoying the things that we're getting. So it's the whole, like, empire of business and sales. And I guess it all just happens into a giant eruption in this season right now. Other person says analog. And then, one person says nowhere. Forgot Black Friday was a thing. And just like me, I kind of, forgot about it. None of the companies really were posting about it, hyping it up at all. I think except for Crom, they did a little bit like, hey, get ready. Who's ready for the Crom Wheel of Fortune type shit, right? But nowhere. This person says, forgot Black Friday is a thing. Bought 2 Damas the day before the sales started. Single tear emoji dripping down the face. And other people took it in a different way. Some people said toilet paper and mustard. Some people said, on new work boots, adulting sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. Yes, there are things that are shitty about it, but then if you think about in your youth days, when you were a shitty little kid, growing up, trying to be cool and stuff, you were like, I can't wait till I'm an adult. And then you get there. It's good for a few years. But then it really hits, life really hits. It's like, oh, okay. Nobody told me about this shit. And then I guess you could feel that it sucks. But in any case, you got to do what you got to do. Work boots, you got to keep your feet ready for work. In Japan, Black Friday, they try to do it, but it's not like throughout Friday, which before, of course, it was. When I guess it's taking the approach of, in the U.S., how it's just a free-for-all again from the week or maybe just that whole weekend. But then again, Cyber Monday's around the corner. Who knows what deals are going to come out? Do you think Cyber Monday's the better deals to be waiting for or hitting up the Black Friday? And people just extend it. You never know. But there's a lot of stuff out there. Oh, I missed this one. The new sardine from Analog. So that's what some people said about the sales that were happening, that are continuing to happen. And it's just, it makes you be like, yeah, maybe I should pick this up. But should you? This is a question to raise for everyone. Should we? Are you like me and you have way too many kendamas? What do we do with these kendamas? It's like we're like crazy cat ladies, but we're hoarding kendamas. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think so. So that's all the sales stuff that happened. Now let's go into some of the product. No, let's start off with the competitions that have been happening. There's some other things that have happened within the news. Possibly you might have seen some of the OGs coming back into it. One of them is here in the chat right now, Tebow, releasing a kendama edit for the Terra 10-year video competition. Happening only on YouTube, 1 minute of your time. Of the viewer's time, the people who are putting the time into creating the video, depending on how much effort you do put in, is much longer than an hour. Any video editors out there, possibly it's kind of difficult depending on what types of thing you're cutting up, but if you're doing something a little difficult, takes extra time. Usually 1 minute is like an hour's worth of editing, depending on, again, how detailed it is. And I totally understand that. So if you're looking at this, you could be spending an hour just in the editing phase, not to mention what kind of theme you have to it, what kind of cinematic, what kind of camera. You got to get all that shit ready. You got to go to a spot, find a good location. It's not easy. It takes time. And I just want to say, Good job, everyone. Good on you, Tara, for driving more people to create videos for YouTube that people can enjoy. And good on everyone who decided to take part in it, not only to possibly get one of these awesome, prizes from this comp, as well as feel the, happiness of placing, of getting something through a competition, but just good on you for putting the effort in to creating a video, because it's not easy. Some people don't even have like a YouTube account. Maybe that's an active one to put a video up. Maybe people don't know how to do that, right? There's a lot of things, a lot of hurdles that can keep people from doing it. So if you did it, awesome. 10-year, I remember, I talked about this in the past weeks when it first popped up as a thing a few weeks ago on the weekly Dama news here, and kind of forgot about it. Tell you the truth, forgot about it until these posts were coming through. Tebow got one in, Adrian Espan got one in. Go over to YouTube, share that shit, show it love. Tebow's over on the Chrome account. Adrian, I know, is on the GT account. I'm sure there's other people. I didn't do enough homework myself and go and checking out all the different people who have created a video. But yeah, wish I had a little time put in. But I did find some time to segue into our next section. Ijima from Zumadanke, the second part of Zumadanke. He is the true dancing side of Zumadanke. He got together. Dude loves beer, if you didn't know. Beer maniac, a hop head, if you will. Loves beer, and he finally created a Instagram account called Beer Dama Flight. It is a video comp with Easy, Damasi, One More Beer, which is a brewery, small brew. Oh wait, no, are they the small brewery or they are the bar? Spike or Die, and then another group. But yeah, they got together and they decided to hold a kendama / beer video contest. Only on Instagram. Now this is kind of, the easiest place for people to post, because people are already posting on Instagram. That's why, go back to Tara and anyone who else, anybody else that focuses on YouTube, having people put more videos up on YouTube. Good. That's awesome. It's only 1 minute, so I understand, if you were to watch and judge all these things and you have, 70 people, that's 70 minutes, single minutes. We're looking, if you think about New Year, New Edit Comp, get ready, everyone's happening start of January. You got 2 minutes. Everyone's got a lot of videos to watch if a lot of people enter for those. So the 1 minute kind of time frame kind of sucks. I feel like it sucks a little bit, just because I feel like YouTube is like the place where you want to like put something for a long, something a little longer, something a little juicier, a little meatier for everyone to enjoy. But of course, I see that, people are more tend to, or no. YouTube, when people were really posting for the old OGs, we saw it as a place to put a full edit in, and that's when you really were putting in the work and putting in a lot of effort. But now, since everything is kind of shifted, and the TikTokification has kind of taken over, where all the other social medias, apps and stuff are kind of focusing on short, vertical format videos. Now we understand, kind of where things are heading, and that's why I think another reason why some of these video comps are kind of getting cut down or being specifically maxed out at 1 minute, 2 minutes per entry. So this is one, but take away YouTube, fully focused on Instagram, and one that actually, somebody from Damashi, this is a Japanese crew here in Tokyo, and they are dudes who also love beer on the higher scale. What am I trying to say? Older than the average, I think, like around my age, 30s and shit. And they've been doing a lot of stuff, hosting events here and there, you know, being a part of the bigger events, being volunteers, really helping out Gloken for the World Cup and whatnot, doing a lot of work within the scene for kendama here in Tokyo. And they partnered up and put a lot of focus and effort. One of the dudes hit me up and was like, yo, I mean, they have a YouTube channel. It's got a lot of interesting stuff on it. Dude hit me up and he was like, dude, MJ, he's like, check out the event that we're doing. Make a video. Dude, you know, I've drank with him before. He knows I enjoy a drink or two. And I was like, all right, cool. Check it out, you know. This one, there was zero time limit at all. Mentioned nothing. I guess they didn't even think about it. I even specifically asked after I got the message from Taiji. I was like, dude, is there a time limit? He's like, no, fully open. Do whatever you want. So it's like, oh, okay. Thought about something. And by the time I actually had time to create it, which was the night of the deadline, didn't have enough time, had to scrap a lot of the story-driven ideas that I have and just cut down to the basics. It's pretty much like a trailer almost. So some of you might have seen it. It's on my page, my account, MJ Incro. Another suspenseful, horror-esque, black and white. You know, that's the kind of style I've been just fell into on myself and have been enjoying. So go check it out. But it was really interesting to see they actually did a live stream the day after the deadline for the competition. Live stream over on YouTube. Now, interesting, right? Now that one was over on YouTube. But it kind of made sense because they are actually showing, going through, watching all the entries, and I think there was about like 80, maybe 90 entries. And as they were, you know, talking about each one, they would show on screen so everyone could watch it at the same time. So really cool idea. I really like that side of hosting that kind of competition, or just showing like the reaction side of it, even if they didn't, you know, judge out on the spot. They just, you know, gave little comments here and there for each of the entries, and that was really cool. That was something new that I haven't seen other competitions do, and I thought that was like, oh, that was fun. Like, I enjoyed watching it myself. Internet was shitty, actually, where their location. They were at a bar doing it, which was cool, so they were drinking at the same time. Made sense, you know, due to the theme of the event, but yeah, the internet was kind of shat out on them towards the end. Still, something cool, maybe something others could do in you know, I've seen on Twitch, you know, Matt Sweets, he does a bunch of, whenever there's a competition, usually he'll use that and just watch it with everybody. That's really a fun thing to do. So, hey, interesting stuff. Entries that have happened. Tebow left a comment over here. There are people that I've never heard of it before who are entering the comp, and I really enjoyed all the entries that I saw. He's talking about the 10-year Terra video comp. So go to YouTube, check that out. I'm not sure. Let's see. I think I'm probably, yeah. November 30th is the deadline, so it's not over. You still have a few more days. If you've been thinking about it, thinking about it, actually no, because I have a bunch of shit coming up this week. Sadly, I won't be able to take part in it. But maximum 1-minute episode, upload to YouTube. Use hashtag Terra10 numbers 1010 Terra 10 year comp. Title is your name, then Terra 10-year comp. So I guess just search that, or you can search hashtags, because hashtags are a thing on YouTube now if you didn't know. And there you'd be able to see other people and other entries. So go do that. Check it out. I should do that. Bam Bam. Okay, those are the comps. Was there any other ones? No. I mean, one of the main ones that's happening, Catch and Flow. Here are your judges. Here are your judges for Catch and Flow. Back in person, 2022, here in Tokyo. For Flow, you got Kendaman. For Variety, you got KD, Kevin DeSoto. You have, for overall judging, Tamotsu, Kubota-san. For the combos, you got TK Tokyo May, and for the, what was the last one? Creativity? Yeah, Creativity, Satoru. Professional Akimoto. Very interesting. You know, I would feel that the Creativity judging spot should have fallen on KD, on Kevin DeSoto. Is that just me? He is definitely a creative player. You know, Akimoto has his moments. If you go back to YouTube and check out Satoru Akimoto, I think, what was it? His like 10th year? No, 20-year anniversary? Shit, what was it? He released like 4 videos, and each of them progressively tricks getting harder. Okay? This is for the people that know, you know, Shimadera, releasing old school white towel around his head, extreme kendama alpha is out there. It's along those lines, but he has one where he, like, I think it's like edit volume 2 of that 4-part series, either 2 or 3, where it's all just wacky, weird ass kendamas. That was probably the birth, actually, of his, you know, pull up to now 61 big cups. But yeah, so interesting to see the creativity spot falling on Satoru Akimoto instead of Seoul Pro Kevin DeSoto. Satoru Akimoto, Kevin DeSoto. Still, it's going to be a good one. Hopefully we'll see a lot of people over online. I'll be there in person. I entered. I'm in it. Not to win it, but I'm in it to enjoy it. The price tag, everyone, to sign up and be a player, a contestant in Catch and Flow 2022 is around $60. I mean, it's 6,000 yen. The dollar's really strong, so it might be like 50 something bucks, US bucks, to enter into a comp. I think it could be pretty hefty, but actually, you know, the stage, this new venue that they have, which is pretty much a club. They just grab clubs, open it up. There's a stage, actual lights and stuff. Really, really great atmosphere presence to have this comp to make it feel like real. Spotlights on you. Get ready to sweat. Those Jimmy shivers when you jump on stage, those shits are going to come through. And I'm trying to get ready myself for those. I'm trying to figure out which kendama I'm going to be using. I've been debating about this guy, which is a it's a Sulab friction clear light demo Dama. The actual one, the actual product that is this, which has got the natural 70 white 30 on the bottom, actually has, you know, your signature Sulab stripe right here, the double stripe, you know. But this one actually is a weird kind of just like not even a clean, really simple like brush cover right there. This was actually a prototype at the very beginning. Sue gifted that guy to me with a Sue Ken, signature Ken. So it's either this guy or the old, this is the normal rubber, full China-made, Hyundai-made beach sink Sulab. This is actually my beater that is in my car. And I've just noticed that this thing, I feel good. I feel good. I feel like I play good, possibly. Feel good with this guy and this guy. The only thing is that this one is more broken in / honed, if you will, compared to this guy. Updated shape, paint as well, or honedness. So we'll see what happens. A little heftier guys on the beach as well, but we'll see. You'll see me up on stage if you're going to be watching the live stream, or hell, if you're even here in person, that'd be dope as well. Happening December 11th. What was that? Just shit. It's like 2 weeks away. Yeah, next week's weekly Dama News will be here, but the one after that, that's going to be Catch and Flow, so we won't be having that happen. But there you go, judges for Catch and Flow, one of the biggest, most hyped up freestyle kendama event. We're back live in Tokyo. Shit's going down. Shit's going to be great. Possibly heard Bonds Atron is not going to be there. He's been the Crint Lord for a while. And we've all expected him to really get going. And 2019, you know, I got a video up on the Kendertainment channel showing what it was like vlogging Catch and Flow for 2019 and recorded the time, the actual time that Bonzatron was beheaded by now Chrome Pro. Still no Pro mod yet for little Yasu? Still not yet. I don't think so. Beheaded. Crown taken. Given to Yas. And Yas takes it and goes all the way to almost win. That was the year that Kaito from GT won, okay? So we'll see what happens this year. It's gonna be good. Excited for it. Hopefully everyone else is too. You're gonna watch that shit live when it goes down. Actually, I'm not sure about the time for everyone. It might kind of suck. That's happening. Holy shit. Okay, let's keep it rolling. By the way, towards the end of this, for everyone who's watching still with me, thanks for hanging out. Question tool down here. It's the perks about being here during the live stream. Towards the end of all of this, I will be answering some of your questions. This is what we do every time on the live stream for weekly Dama news. So if anyone's been listening to this just on the podcast or watching the YouTube playbacks after the fact, the archive stuff, even on Instagram, join me if you can. Make the time. In the US, it's Sunday mornings. Okay. All right. I think we're into all right. Well, yeah. YouTube edits. You know, we're talking about different comps that have happened. Let's go over to an edit you should probably go check out. I'm sure there was a few. This one I saved, popped into the feed really quickly. Tio, GT Pro, an hour session POV with the new Ben Harold mods, the new colorways with the new exotic woods. Exotic woods are coming back. Maybe that's the thing. You know, 2023. Bringing the exotic woods back. Definitely partial to the just black, simple, white and black, maple. Like the Zebrano wood though. Okay, so go check that out. It's a nice, you know, it's not a full hour video, it's an hour sesh. But to think about the shit that Tio pulls off in an hour, watch it, it's nuts, it's nuts. So go check that out. Other interesting videos that I saw were this one from Kendama Senses, going around with Ole from Kendama Israel, seeing who wants some free what's the word for it? Shit. Super glue. Super glue, right? Who wants some super glue? Everyone wants, maybe not everyone. I'm actually one that doesn't really super glue spikes, but who wants super glue? So they're going around. So this is a product that Kendama Senses has available in their shop as well. So they're going around at this jam thinking like, hey, you want this free super glue, or we'll add one super glue and offer it to the next person. And I think like the second person actually, or the first person took one, but then something interesting happened. Something I wasn't ready for, and it kind of caught me off guard, but everyone started to say, add one on there and give it to the next person. People were saying, pass, pass, pass. Don't give me that super glue. Maybe it'd be either funnier or just nicer. I don't know where they are, maybe in Germany. To just pass on and share the love, right? So what happens is, towards the end, they just add up all the super glues that they had with them during this event, which I think was like 7 or 10 or something. And people were just saying, like, pass it, give it on to the next person, give it on to the next person. Until one person at the end was just like, yes, I will take all 10 super glues. Great to see strong bond community like that. Now again, I'm not sure if it was community like being gracious and nice and just giving, or just to kind of like be funny and, you know, fuck around and be like, oh, okay, no, actually, yeah, give it to the next person and add another one. How many are you? You're gonna 6. Who the hell is gonna take 6 free? Okay, yeah, they're free, but who cares? Why are you gonna need 6 super glues? Definitely not me, okay? But really interesting video that we saw. And another interesting video that I saw popping through, talking about Thanksgiving. Again, this holiday that totally right over my head. I think like my family was like, hey, MJ, happy Thanksgiving. I was like, oh. You know, I'm full of 13, 14 hours, 15 hours ahead, so my day is finished. I didn't, maybe I drank a beer. I don't know after that. Any case, to see the faces behind Sweets Kendama. So we all know about Matt, Sweets Jorgensen here in the middle, but we don't know so much about the other two owners. So here you see them from Gabe and Matt Paulson in there. Also, CEOs, not CEOs, founders, owners, that's what it is. I'm horrible with like all those names. Owner Gabe, President Matt, Chief Designer Officer Paulson. But they're all owners, okay? So, nice to see them. They showed their faces over on Twitch when Matt and Josh was doing the donation telethon, right, for Sweets Kendama Foundation. So they came on to see them, you know, show their faces a little more, see what will happen. You know, we all know Matt really well, so this is just a cool way, and I think really great point for this bigger brand, possibly the biggest right now in Kendama in our community, and to just show their faces and see who they are, right? To see and support. And that's one thing that is really strong and advantage that a lot of companies can take, should take, when they are showing themselves through social media. I personally think. Just me. This one, guys, I need to take a drink of water. This one. Any other artists out there that follow 1000? YouTuber. Artist first, then became YouTuber. Really, really popular, really interesting, fun style, funky, very colorful. And did a collab with this other guy, Make with Miles. Make with Miles is a YouTuber, creator, content creator, who focuses on making things out of wood. He's a young chap and makes everything out of wood. This guy, this post caught my eye because Make with Miles, I think, messaged me, Dominers or something back a year, 2, 3 years before shit hit the fan with the sea monster, and was like, yo, I turned kendamas, like, it's so cool. There you go, X Large hits it right there in the comment section. He is Fujiken, a brand I possibly could have talked about like deep ago when Weekly Dama News was at its infant stage. Fujiken, a person who is just crafting hand-turned kendamas. The shape was nothing super special. Definitely what was special about it was the spectra plies. People, you know, just having that really colorful, really exotic, cool look to their kens was something really, still is. Makes you stop and be like, oh, that's a beautiful piece of wood right there, you know? Everyone gets down with the spectra plies, even if you're afraid of it cracking or breaking, dropping it in shit. But in any case, so yeah, so he's created kendamas here and there, still turns some kendamas. Fujiken does, I believe, commissions if you want to have one custom made by this dude, Miles. But to just see this pop up through my art account, like, you know, I followed 1000 there and then I saw it like, bam, and then I'm like, Make with Miles. I'm like, I know that account. I know that dude, like, from following him. And yeah, really dope. Didn't watch the video yet, but I kind of hope, he probably didn't, but that'd be cool if he just, you know, bloop, just put it in a kendama to send to 1000. Awesome to see. Crafters, creators, people who love kendama, also doing other things. It's dope. Support it, everyone. So just wanted to highlight and talk about that for a little bit. Moving on over to another one that we should be talking about. Which one are we going to go with? New players in the kendama scene. Scarce picking up a few new players, actually. Their first international from Hong Kong. I don't know how to. I don't know anything about Hong Kong much. Hong Kong names as well, so I would not know how to pronounce the name. PC, Chau, Pick Chow, possibly. Go over, check it out. And this is really cool because, you know, a smaller company, again, picking up a smaller player, not well known or anything, you know, a smaller player, and just see them, help them, support them. You know, Sacred was specifically saying on their post that he was actually supporting Sacred for a while in Hong Kong since the beginning. So it seems like it's hand in hand, a good connection right there. Good time to be like, hey, who else are we going to sponsor? Let's reach out to someone overseas and have them support. Really cool, really interesting take on it, because you would think, and I believe that, you know, most of the time, most companies, even the bigger companies, you know, they don't have so many international players. It's mostly, you know, the people around them in their area. You know, just last week as well, the Origins released their Bastards street team. All homies from Austria, you know, keeping it local. And it makes sense, you know, because it's like you're creating a band. You create the band with people right around you. It's hard to create a band with people from overseas and stuff, okay? There could be connections here and there, but to have a really, like, tight-knit family, I guess, group, team, it's really cool to see them together. And it does make sense. And I feel like a lot of people, possibly that's why teams are so good within each areas, cities, just having mini squads. Like, again, like that's something I feel like people should do more and more. Like 18 PDocs, like PDocs 18, did I switch that around? That's how that shit happened. And look where they are right now. Future Friends, that's how that shit happened. Look what's, you know, coming out from that whole thing. Creating teams is definitely an important thing, I believe, to not only spark new energy, motivation into your kendama play, but to keep the ball rolling. No pun intended. Keep the Dama rolling. And it might, you know, might fizzle out for a few people, but the core people will still continue. And the fans of that can grow and grow and grow. Looking back to, you know, COTK, looking back to WKT. Teams that turned into something. Turned into pros, turned into sponsored players and stuff. So that could also be another kind of like, you know, like hint for anyone who wants to kind of like put themselves out there to possibly be sponsored. Of course, you know, you got the sweet sponsor me comp that happened, I think in another month or half a month, we'll have the results possibly. Looking forward to that shit. But yeah, to create a team is a way to be noticed. It's important in everyone's perspective of playing kendama. The people, again, for you personally in that team and the people around you as well. It doesn't matter how hard you take it. You know, we listen to recent, whatever, not so recent, actually, shit, MJ. Dama Nerds 5-5 with Stod and June, and they really talked about a lot of the inner workings, history of Children of the Ken. And look where they are now. Just saying, if you've been thinking about creating a team or you have a team, put yourself out there a little more. Create more hashtags. Create more accounts that everyone uses to post. Create a YouTube channel, for God's sakes. Next new player coming in for Grain Theory, Clay Fuller. And this surprised me. And like, at first I was just like scrolling through, I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, wait, oh shit. That's cool. But wait, Clay was playing for Deal With It, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. Clay Fuller was playing for Deal With It for a minute, for a good while, actually. And now has taken a step away from Deal With It and then transferred over into Grain Theory. And it's really interesting to look at because, one, you know, Grain Theory is run, owned by Jake Weens, Matt Rice. Deal With It is run, organized, owned by just Matt Rice. So the connection, it was, I guess, I'm guessing like an easy kind of like switch off, but we also look at other people who started off as, hey, Deal With It, but then took a left-right turn to move somewhere else, to a new team, to a different team. Shredwin was one of those people. Picked up, Deal With It, shredded then as a little young Shredwin, and then dropped out, went over to the Krommies over in Denmark, Little Mermaid, what's up? And then was a team player there, and then decided to step away from Crom 365. Here is your new player, your only player, sponsored player, I believe, as of this recording. Live stream. Hey, maybe here's another hint. If you want to get sponsored, aim for Deal With It first, and then you could branch off. Is that the gateway drug? The sponsored gateway? Deal With It. I don't know. But I would like to say Deal With It has a very interesting team, has some pretty good Damas, very up to the standards of now. Good shit. Go check it out. You know, Jared Porter, Deal With It, hardcore for a long time, and then jumped over, stuck it with locals, like I was saying before, in Canada with the Terra Squad. Makes sense, doesn't it? That's what we're here to talk about. Weekly Dama News. All right. What else we got? What else? And then it's off to just, yes, a bunch of new products. And then clips of the week. There's more than one. Reminder for everyone again, if you want to ask me a question, for everyone hanging out here right now, use that little question tool down there, and towards the end of this, I'll be answering your questions. The grunt shape. The shape from New Lace Kendamas is here. It is a big guy. I really like how, it wasn't here? Shit. What was it? Oh, maybe in the stories. Can I see it here? I believe, there you go. It highlighted story. You can see exactly what the difference is between their shapes. Something that, I guess is pretty basic, but I don't know if any other company, or maybe I just didn't notice other companies doing it just this simple, just showing you comparisons right next to each other. This is this shape, and this is this new shape. So you can see it. But again, it's just saying like, okay, bigger. We all say bigger. All the companies will say bigger cups, more honed cups, better cereal, more cereal in these cups. But I guess until you put it in your hand, you really don't know if you're going to like that style or not. That's the tricky thing. But here you go. Here's a specific visual presentation of what it's like. It looks like they got some painted version as well as a natty version. And there you have a very interesting logo for it. It makes sense. Sword. The Sarado is the handguard over down by the hilt and stuff. Makes sense. I've thought of this guy too in the past. Very big, like shield kind of a logo to it. Very, very interesting. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea on the Dama. It looks like, when I first saw it, I thought it was like it hits me as sports-esque, like a sport team, like football or like hockey, like on a jersey. Like I could see this, right? And again, maybe this goes back to the kind of like what's Jacob, like Air Force, Army? I forgot, but he's a veteran, right? So connected with that, he has got the Ranger shape and stuff. So connected with the whole the terminology used in that world makes sense. So a grunt on the field, the grunts are just like what, infantry, army down there. I watch some war movies. I like that shit. So the grunts, you got to be big, strong. Well, it makes sense. It goes hand in hand with the name and how big it is, the size of it. But hey, and maybe I'm just like missing it, but I know there's like a lot of logos, emblems in different types of army like squads and infantry. I know about that. I actually really like that stuff. There you go. So it's a play off that. Now it makes sense. Now it makes a little more sense. But maybe it's like the blue in it. I don't know. Or to just have like a solid, putting a single design on a kendama, on a tama like that, that's really hard to do. It's hard to do well. Where here, personally for me, it just sticks out like a sore thumb. It's just like, bam, there's this one thing like right here. And I'm like, whoa, that's kind of interesting. You know, I remember the really dope Crom, you know, spilt alti kendama that they had back in the day with this really cool graphic from this illustrator here in Japan that was punched just right here. And I believe on both sides of a gray background tama, and then just bam, bam. And I'm like, that kind of, like, it's cool to like look at and be like, oh, cool. But when you're playing with it, I'm like, it kind of feels like a little off. Yeah. So that was a very interesting thing to see. But hey, maybe that's why they have the natty option. And it's really cool that they have a different type of design for that one. Any case, it's up on the site right now, so go check that out. Other new kendamas, yes, you know, people were talking about before analog. Even on the last live stream, we were talking about analog and how new things are happening. There are 3 new shapes. One, I think, being a 2B. It's a new shape and new paint. Over the last year, the team came up with this shape with no guidance, rules, or direction other than making sure it's something that they all agreed on and contributed to. That kind of sounds like it could be a recipe for disaster. But it looks like a normal playable kendama. I mean, all the kendamas are playable. No matter how shitty you get a kendama for. I can go, you know, to the dollar store, the 100 yen store here in Japan, get a really weird, whack-ass, small cups, egg tama. I can still play kendama, okay? And it's worth $1, so it's totally cool. But here it's more. As for the paint, it be Adrian, okay, not Esteban, has been developing a more matte and durable alternative to brick clear. Okay, everyone talking about brick clear? Hey, here's a new version. Cement clear? No? Over the past few months, and it's been nothing short of amazing. Hope you all enjoy the shape as much as we do and enjoyed making it. So, no explanation of what changes, what are the features of this new shape. In large cups, because that's okay. That big cup is big, and that small cup you can see is a small cup. You know, some of those like the no jump hammer is just like 2 big cups. Looks like, you know, visually you can't really see it very much. And then here, that almost strikes me as a beta right there from the new one from GT, as well as a hand plant kendama right here, where it really just, it sticks out. It really like bell bottoms, you know, for that base cup. It's just like, bam, compared to like ones that feel like, I guess maybe it's just that rim right here, the base cup rim, where it doesn't curve back in to the edge. It curves still out. So you really have this bell bottom-esque kind of base cup. And that's what they've done here, as well as the betas look like, you know, really, really thick, fat base cups on those guys. So lighthouses, do people still do lighthouses? I'm mostly, when I'm playing, I'll probably be like 70 lighthouse, 30% lunars. Inward and normal, regular. So along with that, you know, analog was busy. Along with just these new shapes, which are standard size, there's a banana. Me and the professional Akimoto Satoru always had this ongoing joke about banana, because back in the day he would post a clip on Instagram of him doing a trick, and then he would throw this like toy banana he had on the ground. Just like, that's awesome. And then it's just like, I would just always comment bananas on his shit. But here's an actual banana. One of y'all suggested we use a banana for scale, whatever that means. So we also added it to an apple for scale. Troll banana sardine comparison. So this is just to see exactly what, oh, okay, I didn't read that until now. I thought this shit was called a banana because it's the size of a banana. And then I was thinking like, oh no, I've seen some pretty small bananas, and then you can get the really big ones that are only in like single packs or like double packs, but then you can get like a huge bunch, but they're pretty small. You're like the size, not the size of my thumb, but pretty tiny bananas. So I don't know if calling your kendama shape a banana is the way to go. Analog has really interesting names for their kendamas, but their series of kendamas, I guess it doesn't really matter. I think it's a little weird, but the last one I do really enjoy, as well as the packaging for it. If that's real packaging, is that real? Here's a bunch of sardine boxes. You know, they're not actual. If they were tin cans, oh, that would be the shit. That would be amazing. Talk about like customer experience. You know how like Apple created the pack. Oh, hey, as well as Mugen Muso. If you guys don't know, I have a few boxes right there. They've created, I'm not going to grab that. They've created it so that it's almost airtight, so you can't just rip open the box quickly. You got to wait for it. And that sense of anticipation right before you open up your new iPhone or whatever, it just adds to like your excitement when you finally get it open and look at the beauty that you've just purchased for a shitload of money, right? That would be the same thing, but it'd be like a sardine can. You'd have to actually put some elbow grease into that shit. Sardine. Mini Zebrano. I love Zebrano. Mini Zebrano kendamas. Does it say 5.5 inches tall? And in brick clear. That's some fun stuff right there. Sounds fun. So there you go. Analog dropped a bunch of new stuff. Of course, mentioned it before. BH2 exotic woods coming back. We got Zebrano, Purple Heart, Bamboo, and Maple. Maple not being, it was, you know, the exotic wood back in the day when all we were using was beech and coordinated colors along with them. You know, Soul's got the cushions everywhere. Terra's got the cushions as well. I don't know if it is maybe just rod mods that are in cushion, but go check those out if you are a Sweets Cushion Clear fan. Now's your time to cop other brands with that paint, with the Cushion Clear paint. It's really cool to see like just the camaraderie with that type of shit. When a company that has a special kind of paint where they're like, this is our paint, it's like one of our staples and why we are our kendama company, how we've created a name for ourselves. Some people take it with paint, and Cushion Clear is definitely one of them. A lot of there's people say hit or miss or whatever. It was good before, it's not as good now. All this bullshit, and then it's just like they're either you're a fan or a hater of it. So whatever, depending on what you are, it doesn't matter. But it's really amazing to see the company itself be like, yes, we will take your kendama, Soul Terra, and other companies too, and we will clear them with our Cushion Clear. Give them back to you. Of course, there's exchange of money for that service that they have painting, but then here it is. And then, you know, the price does change for those options, but there is the option. Compared to other companies where it's just like, or for the most part, it's just like you got Sticky Clear. That's it. Fan of Sticky Clear? Maybe you're not. I'm not. I'm on the silk rubber end and others. Sticky Clear would be my, that's the only option. That's what you got to roll with. That's all you got. Then I'd go Sticky Clear. So that's really cool to see. I believe that's it. Rolling over to clips of the week. We got 3 as we're closing down this, weekly Dama news for this week. Again, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Hit that question tool, rack them up, and I'll be answering at the end after I go through these 3 clips of the week. First one, should we go in order? Yeah, I think this is the order. Craze hitting everyone with this miraculous fake out. Love these fake outs. Man, going forward, gooning? Nope, you're not gooning. You're going back to it. Flipping the inward. Oh, and then just the switch off right at the perfect moment. Like the timing when he releases his hand and goes, oh, and the Dama drops into it. Al dente. Ridiculous. The other ones are this dude right here, Alex Mitchell. Ooh, tech, but there's so much flavor to it, and it's just like a combination of what one would call simple tricks, but the smoothness of each of them in that sequence, it's just, again, masterful, masterpiece. Love it. Bam. Watch it again. So swap. 3 tricks. But they just look so good. And then you got this thing happening too. Okay. And then the last one, clip of the week. Got to go to Nick Gallagher. He's landed in Japan. He's going to be here for the rest of his life, probably. Look how tiny this boy is. 2 years old. Spikes. Look again. Look how tiny he is. I mean, to the crotch zone of Gallagher right there. Little dude, bro. Look how tiny this little cute dude is. Oh my God. Amazing. Always teaching the future. What kendama can be. What kendama we don't know. We never know. You can talk to the highest, most acclaimed pro. Be like, what's kendama going to be like in 10 years? I'll be like, I don't fucking know. I didn't expect it to get to where it is now. I had no idea it was going to get to this point. So I really, really don't know where it's going to evolve to. But that's something we can all discuss on Weekly Dama News. Thanks for joining me for this week as well, everyone here in the live stream. You've been awesome. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This one will be going up to the podcasts as well as the YouTube channel in a few days. Hopefully, it's, again, super shit busy. So we'll see when this one goes up. But it'll go up. It'll go up. Thanks, everyone. Hey, still didn't cop anything for Black Friday weekend? Don't worry. Cyber Monday is coming up. So keep your eyes peeled. Keep your phones ready to hit that pay button. Thanks, everyone, again, for joining Weekly Dama News. We're here every week, Sunday, right here on the Instagram Live. You can watch it back, again, on podcasts or whatever. Watch on YouTube, listen on podcasts. Hey, if you enjoy what I'm doing, all this content I'm creating for kendama, for everyone to deepen their love, their bond over this ball and cup toy, you can jump over on the Patreon, check out the different tiers that we have and how different ways that you can support me. It'd be super amazing. Thank you for everyone who does support and continues to do so. And thank you for everyone who is going to go check out the site. Or thank you who's just watching right now, who follows the social, who follows the YouTube, who likes, who comments. That shit means something. So thank you. That's it for this one. Again, thank you. I said thank you as many times as I can. So that's it. Have a good week. Keep it clean.